from 2005 to 2012, we grew on our cash flows. The value of that cash flows, you know, was very high. We actually grew on our cash flows. We used to get bookings for December. In October, sit on the money for 2 months, put it in marketing, not sit on, put it in marketing, grow the business, and then right in time pay off to hotels. The importance of cash flows, somewhere we lost when we raised funds. I think the biggest mistake, if I have to look back, would be that deprioritizing cash flows. A business should not. Our business should not. There can be other businesses which are, creating completely new value propositions. But for our business, cash flows is very important. The second thing is personal, very personal, but it also leads into work. I'm an engineer. I was the only engineer in the company till 2013 end. And I was also the CEO. Engineers live in a very pure world. It's maths. 1 plus 1 is always equal to 2. Always, anywhere. I think I imbibed those values so much, I thought humans are also like that. Great at setting up structures. And these are some common dialogues you would have heard from me last year. Yeah, that person is there. He should be delivering this person doing that, and this person doing that will get us that. And if that doesn't happen, the person is broken, right? So that's how I used to think. It took me some time to understand that human require motivation daily. They require feedback daily. They are not like numbers where once you cast them in an array, they're going to stay the same, forever. That doesn't happen. So I think these are the two big learnings for me among thousands of small learnings, which if I could, I would look at these learnings like this. If I could rewind back time and send a message to myself, these are the two messages I'll send. So I'll start off with the most obvious one. In 2005, we were not a startup. We were a business. 11 years down the line, we are a startup. Because that name startup was not there in 2005, right? You were just a business that started up. And obviously, when that was not there was no ecosystem. You didn't have, I didn't know that venture capital existed. I didn't know venture capital existed till 2008, 2009. I thought that you got to do jugaad, you got to build a 30-year plan and scale up the company over 30 years organically. The inorganic growth part suddenly struck only in 2009 or 10. So that's a major difference. The ecosystem is more matured now. But it also comes with its own, I would say, cons, that chasing inorganic growth needs to be still sustainably done. That part can get missed out. It can get missed out even from companies like us who have grown sustainably for like 8 years, and then 2 years we have chased pure growth, pure scale, because that was the, I would say, the theme of the year. And now looking back, I was like, no, I wouldn't have probably scaled that much. I would have focused more on my margins. My margins have improved in the last 6 months, but it's still lesser than what it was before 2012, right? So I think the ecosystem now prioritizes funding more than, I would say, revenues. Because scale can be bought, growth can be purchased, but whether it sustains itself is the question. Revenues, though, you can't fool. Revenues will sustain itself. You cannot buy a revenue. You can buy a growth. You can't buy a revenue, right? So I think every ecosystem learns from its mistakes, and now the priority is given in the right proportion to growth and revenue across all boards, I would say, all company boards.
Think of us like a LinkedIn for creative people, where instead of resumes, we have portfolios. So we've got 20,000 designers on a platform, and we host 40,000 artworks of theirs. And what we basically do is we connect. We've got about 1,000 plus companies using our platform, and we connect them.
Your Story Tech Spark is a great event, and it's a great event, and it's a great honor to be here. And the support which Your Story gives for the startup ecosystem is very great.